You don't know on the Real Things podcast. Hey, yo!
What's up, my people? Blessings, blessings, and welcome to the Real Things Podcast. It's a Friday. It is a Friday. Are you ready? Are you ready for the weekend? On a serious note, can you, can you believe it is already a Friday? It was just Good Friday. Yo, time is really flying. Anyway, my people, welcome to the pod. Big up on yourself. If you are new here, without any further ado, if you're new here, welcome firstly. What are you waiting for if you haven't subscribed as yet? What are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video on your way in. And let us meet in the comment section. Also, for my returning parties, welcome back. Look upon yourself. You know that my love for you guys is from end to end. You know that I will always show up and show out every time, anytime, all the time. Big up on yourself. So guys, today without any further ado, I'm still fixing while I'm here. I'm still fixing things, putting things together. Yeah, it was a last minute decision. I really wasn't, in for it, but I decided, yo, can't leave the people alone. You have to show up and show it like you promise. What are you doing? All right, my people. All right, my people. So, welcome. Happy Friday as we look forward to the weekend. Big up on yourself. One, do. My people, have you seen Aaron Dante's comeback video? Yep, yep. He's back. Welcome back, yeah, bro. Long time. And I used to love your content. I really used to enjoy watching your motivational, I want to say podcast, but videos. 'Cause them time the podcasting was not tinging. So welcome back to the platform, Aaron Dante. I want us guys to listen into what Dante is saying as he make his debut back on the streets of YouTube. He also explained, what actually caused him to leave.
I have to say this. Thank you guys for all the amazing support you have given me while I have taken my little sabbatical from YouTube. I must have 5,000 messages saying, "What's going on, Aaron Dante? Where you at? Where you at? What are you doing? Where were you? Where you? What's this and that? And I appreciate that. Here's the thing. I started my YouTube channel 2023. A friend of mine, Ayam Mara, and his sister Dee, good friends, said, "Hey, you know what? You could do this, Aaron. You should start your own YouTube channel." And I hemmed and hawed and went back and forth. I said, "You know what? Fine, I'm going to do that." I have a presence on Instagram. I'm the guy that just speaks into the camera, speaks my mind.
Yep, I really used to enjoy those, content, very, very, very inspirational, very motivational. I'm really, and that's one of the reasons why, guys, sometimes I'll always like if Rocio comes on, I would always go over, especially when she's doing those kind of inspirational or motivational, if you want, type of content. I gravitate towards those type of content. I really love them. And he did a good job. He did a good job.
I had another YouTuber friend tell me, "Aaron, you should call your YouTube channel Straight Talk with Aaron Dante." And it's like, it makes sense, straight talk. Everybody knows me. I just talk right into the camera and I say what's on my mind, good,
True,
bad,
true.
and other. I don't rehearse anything, no takes, anything like that. I just say what's on my mind. So Straight Talk with Aaron Dante was a great platform. The problem is YouTube is tough.
Guys, you guys always hear us saying that YouTube is not for the faint of heart. It is true. It's true. It is a very, very, very tough platform. And if you're really not really ready for it, if you're not ready for it, you'll be dropping off constantly off of the truck. You'll be derailing constantly. It is true. It's tough because even even me myself, like I was saying earlier, I didn't even feel like I want to be here. But I set a schedule for 3 days per week, which is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show up for you guys. So I did it anyway. It's really, you'll have days when you just don't wanna. You just don't want to.
I mean, it is tough, family. I don't. If you guys ever try to run a YouTube channel and run a business, it's almost nearly impossible to do that. Okay, it's impossible.
Unless somehow you it would be it would come off as, it would be impossible in more ways than one, but unless you incorporate the business into the channel somehow, like, some people would make the channel a part of their business. Like, you would show people around, you would give them behind the scenes, you would, do like educational content instead of maybe the motivational ones that, he normally would have done. That would have been still good. But, the type of things that I saw him doing out there on the streets, like with the DPS thing, it would have been hard unless he would have employed like a camera, a crew to do the camera work for him. Then it maybe would, and the editing, then maybe like a full team, then maybe it would have been easier. But if you have to be, everything, wear many caps, then that's where it's going to be hard. I'm telling you.
But for the first 6 months, we built up 14,000 subscribers. We had some really good videos that we made in the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. Thank you so much for my Filipino warriors that are out there. I'm coming to the Philippines, my next trip, again, thank you guys for the work that we did in the Philippines and talk about that. But you guys, that's the thing. You guys have been my inspiration, but I had to take a small a break. Couple of reasons. I was picked by Apple to be part of this program.
Yeah, I remember him speaking on that. Because I follow him on Instagram. Sorry guys, my eyes. I don't know, my eyelashes or my eyes. I don't know what. But something is really irritating this eye. Anyway, I remember him speaking about the Apple project a few months ago. I think it was on Instagram. And I never really followed up because everybody got busy, diverted to other things. But every now and then, or ever so often, he would have come up on his platform, on his Instagram channel, and share a few things here and there, his travels, his dreams, his aspiration. I do follow him on Instagram. It's indeed, it's true.
Become a vendor at Apple. It's an 8-week program. You have to prepare. They put you through all these different classes and everything else. I did that while I was in Africa, while I was actually touring Africa, and it was tough. I mean, it was really, 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 really tough. But it was something that I absolutely had to do. I did it. It was time for me. I had to do a presentation. I had to go to Apple headquarters in Cupertino, California. They walked us through the campus. It's amazing. I did my presentation to all these different worldwide Apple people, and I killed it. They gave me a contract. I actually am now an approved vendor for Apple.
Congratulations.
We've been focusing on doing many things. I don't think I mentioned my company. It's Green Earth Sustainable Solution. Check out our website. There's a lot of things that we do. But here's the thing, guys. It's 2025 now. It's time for me to retire. I've been doing this for 40-something years. I love what I do. But what I love, my passion is traveling. I travel the world. I've traveled some amazing places. Like you see some of the videos. I have so much content that I have not even posted yet. But one of the things that I want to do differently with Aaron Dante Uncharted is I want to reach out to you guys. I want to visit you guys. I want to visit your house. And when I go, different places, I want to film me coming to your house. I want to make a big deal. I want you to be part of Aaron Dante Uncharted. Now, part of it, my name is Aaron Dante Uncharted Travel with a Purpose. I want to travel with a purpose. A lot of you guys may or may not know a organization I started called DPX. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about that right
This is awesome. This is awesome news, guys. This is awesome news. So basically, um, what he's saying here is just laying out his plan, future plan, for his life, his retirement, his YouTube channel. I think it's a good look. It's a good look. He also spoke about him, winning a contract from Apple or to become an Apple, what you would call now, an advocate or partner. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, for Apple, and it's good. It's good. A vendor is the word. It's great. That is good news. So really and truly, if you should listen back to all that he stated that he was doing all this time in his absence, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. I've seen him here and there on his Instagram, traveling here and there, sharing snippets of his travels on his Instagram page. And it's true. He's been all over. He's been all over. And at least, he took some time to incorporate his Instagram, page into his travels to show, to give a behind the scenes look as to, his whereabouts, what he's doing. I saw him one time also in that company that he spoke about, the green something something. I remember one time he took the camera behind the scenes in a warehouse where he had his this pallets, the pallets and the equipments, and he was explaining what he does. He brought us to the office. If you guys remember, like back then, and I was, thinking to myself, this is a good way, it actually inspired me in a way that actually kept me following him, because for me, I'm for nature, I'm for energy, saving the planet, I'm for anything green, all things green, energy saving planet. That's me. So show him showing behind the scenes, you know actually opened my eyes and inspired me in a different way, because when I saw the palettes and how he was explaining that he, these things are for resale, and the things that people uses these things for, I actually started looking around. I actually started looking around to see how people literally use these palettes more and more, literally. Anyway, guys, let me see. I'll just break for a little bit to check, because I'm sure I heard somebody knocking at the door. I'll come right back to you.
Have to say this. Thank you guys for all the amazing support you have given me while I have taken my little sabbatical from YouTube. I must.
All right. So sorry for that, guys. No, sometimes things don't really go as you plan. I thought I heard somebody knocking, but it was maybe some work that they're doing, because there's ongoing work here on the building every day, all day, 24 hours, sometimes a day. Anyway, yeah, I'm over exaggerating. They work constantly because they're building stuff all the time. Yeah, so I was here saying, guys, I actually became inspired after seeing Aaron Dante's video and him speaking about the collection of pallets, the resale of pallets, and like the many uses of the pallets, and how they're high in demand. It actually inspired me. So I began to look around every chance I got at how people design things, and especially when I see palettes, like or maybe sometimes they're not even palettes, but because I became so enthused with the idea, I even brought up the idea to my husband about making like a fence for our land with like the palette, designing the fence with the palette. Yeah. So sometimes, you don't even know how one could inspire the other, literally. Yeah, literally. Anyway, guys, in a nutshell, I'm happy that he's back and about to shift gears a bit. He's saying that he wants to travel. His passion is travel, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing because, especially if you've contributed over 40 something years of your life, come on, man. We get what? Three scores and 10. So, basically, a 20 something should be remaining, if I'm correct. And based on biblical sayings, people really surpass those. Longevity is something most times I feel like God just decide to gift us with because some of us are really good humans. Anyway, um, I'm happy that he's here, you know, basically putting things in perspective, letting his audience know after such a lengthy break what he's about to do. And I think that this is a good look. This is a good way to come back, actually, because he's filmed some beautiful, beautiful, especially in Asia, beautiful images, like pictures, videos, content is the word I'm looking for. Beautiful, beautiful content. Um, Relaxing, yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Anyway, let's just listen, a little bit more to what he has to, say about his plans, and then we will change focus.
I don't want to just travel just for the heck of it. I want it to be a purpose for us, going to the Philippines. Again, it's going to be my first stop. Shout out to my Filipinos. Hey, you guys really helped me grow my channel. My Africans, going to Kenya, I'm adopted. Look at my little band that they gave me like 2 years ago. I can't take it off, guys. It's like permanent. I'm branded, permanently branded, Kenyans. I have so many Kenyan friends, and again, a lot of you guys have showed the thousands of comments that I've gotten since I've stopped YouTube. I really, 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 really appreciate that. I'm just looking forward to my new life. It's time for me to find love. So, I'm looking to settle down. I really am. But what I really want to do is really dedicate my life to traveling, showing people that, are subscribers that, it's a beautiful world out there. It's filled with beautiful people who are from different backgrounds, ways of life, religions, just everything else, and don't be scared. Don't be scared to get out there and try to do something different, try to just get out your, I have to say this.
Yes, I. You said it right. You couldn't have said it better. Try to get out of your comfort zone. That is what I think a lot of us lack because honestly, let me tell you something. As much as I had my tenure in the spotlight, those of you who don't know, I'm a former entertainer, okay? I've had my years. And as much as I had my tenure in the spotlight, one of the hardest thing for me to do is to take up a camera and go out in the public, out of my comfort zone and freely, guys, we should respect the craft. Hey, freely vlog as if there's no tomorrow, as if there's nothing else that matters. No matter the stares, no matter the people that are actually looking at you as if you're damn crazy talking to a stick and a funny looking object on a stick. It takes a lot of courage to actually do these things. Honestly. Anyway, guys, with that, I want to say that I look forward to all that Aaron Dante has to offer in his a new endeavor, in his new venture. Yeah, let us look out for all of those good stuff. Him traveling, be it introducing us to new cuisines, new culture. There's so many things out there in the world that we still ain't learned yet. We don't know of. We don't have no knowledge of. And it's every day is a learning. It's a learning day, a learning progress. Anyway, let's move on to our next topic because time is really ticking. I started really late because I said I was not coming here, but I did because I love you guys and I want to show up. Yes, see what me I say. Let us go to our quick and fast second topic on the podcast here, and it is one where I I was always saying, and a lot of us as reactors, positive people who speak about good about the village and always want nothing but the best for the village. We always say, especially I always be one for, you know, upliftment. I'm always saying that if these guys continue to sell out themselves short, sell out their village short, it will actually chase away people from wanting to develop this place are wanting to come in and if them have to do some soul searching, you know, think of they can actually how they can actually do better, behave in a better manner so people would want to or people would be encouraged to come to their village. Anyway, guys, I came across this video. I just did a little clip of that video. I came across this video from Ogesi, and it is one where this young man saying that he's from Senegal and he's there in Nyahbohanse to do some poultry farming. I don't know how he got there, but it seems to be YouTube related because he's speaking about a YouTube channel, having a channel and branding the channel under his poultry business or giving the channel name his name and the poultry business name or whatever you want to call it. Speaking of adding poultry farming to his channel. So it takes me, while I was listening to them guys, it took me back. It took me back a bit too. It was just the other day when I was watching Trenchtown Grandpa and Jamaican Uncle, and Wrigley just having fun and showcasing the culture. And it actually this watching Mogesi and this guy brought me back to that video when I was saying that, you know, the likes of Marwa, one can dispute all they want. But when the likes of Marwa, you know, came to the YouTube streets. I wonder if he knew that one day his little village would have been on the map differently. It's not rocket science and in a nutshell, guys. Like seriously, like if you it's not rocket science if you should look at it this way. And it's not rocket science that people move from one place to the next. It's not hard. It's something that people been doing from creation. Even the name nomad. It's because people would, move from place to place. You understand? That name derived from that. I'm saying that it's not rocket science that one would have left their village and found another one and resettle. But the point I'm trying to bring across here is that it became known more, even more, based on the fact that it was introduced to the YouTube streets, and one cannot deny that. That's all I'm trying to say. One cannot deny that because it was introduced to us, whether Marwa likes it or not. It is true. It is through him. You understand? It is through him. And he should be proud of that. And don't nobody should try to take that away from him because, I was even listening to another content creator out of Nyahbohanse saying, what has he done to or for the village other than trying to use people? When you're stuck, you're stuck. I'm not here to refute that. I'm not here to refute that. I'm here to, because we already know what is what. I'm just here to bring light to the fact that if it wasn't for him, the likes of me and many others wouldn't know anything about Nyahbohanse.
Welcome to Magosi's channel. My name is Nyahbohanse. If this is your first time seeing my face, let me take my cap. Maybe you might know. You want to know? Oh, okay. So this is Nyahbohanse, the real and one and only OG on the block. Original. We got the G's, but I'm the OGs.
OG?
Yeah, you know what they call OG?
Yeah.
The original gangster on the block. We the ones
We do call the real G.
Yeah, no, I'm not real G. I'm the original gangster on the block. So when you people are walking around, we'll be looking at you people like we don't see. You know what I mean? So please subscribe to Nyahbohanse channel. If this is your first time, I have my brother here with me, Gichero. Also subscribe to his channel. If you are watching from Gichero, please subscribe to Mogosi. If you are watching from Mogosi, please subscribe to Gichero.
Exactly.
Yes, let's make it happen.
Guys, these are best moment ever possible. Here we have new visitors into
Nyahbohanse.
Nyahbohanse.
Yes, or you can just say
Nyahbohanse.
Yes, or you can just say Nyahbohanse. But you know my name now.
From Nigeria.
Don't behave like you don't know my name.
From Nigeria.
Ah, boy.
You know. Right now I don't have teeth, so sometimes there is a difficult word for me to
produce. Yes,
Oh my
I get you. The S.
Guys,
the S. So
Mogesi say, you know, right now I don't have teeth. I don't have teeth. No, it's only now that I realize that it is the teeth from the front that is missing. Now you will have to be wearing, them things. Bruh, just be safe. Anyway, so, while he continued the introduction, he made himself clear, so the people them could understand what he was there about.
the S. Yeah, the S. So I'm from Sierra Leone, but most time people think I'm from Nigeria or I'm from Ghana, but I'm from Sierra Leone.
You're from
Sierra Leone, from West Africa. You know what I mean? So this is my first time coming to Kenya, and I'm here to do some few stops, some few projects, which of course I know you know what I'm here to do.
Exactly.
And also, so I'm coming on Mogosi's channel.
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking about what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
I'm here for farming, to be specific.
Yeah.
Poultry farming, and my channel going to be, if you're watching from Mogosi, please, I'm coming with my channel. I don't have a YouTube channel now because of one or two reasons, but be ready. I'm coming with Ansumana Poultry Farm.
All right. You heard it for yourself. You heard it for yourself. So back to what I was saying real quick and fast, guys, because time is going. Back to what I was saying. When you're doing your content, and this is my, little advice to those of you who reside in the confines of Nyahbohanse. While you're doing your content, you should always be mindful who is watching you. And you see how far this person came from. Syria, Leone, West. You guys are in the East, the West Africa. And he's here to do poultry farming. As I was saying prior, it's not rocket science that people move from place to place. It's not hard to understand why or how they do it. It's something from creation that happened. This has been happening for over centuries. Yeah. But the fact that you guys are now in the limelight and you have the tools in hand to either make or break your surroundings, this should be the wake up call for you guys. Can you count how many people has either purchased land, intends to purchase land in your village, has moved to your village since Marwa's party? Because then everything became even more clearer since that time. Since he went back to Africa prior to the party, for the completion of his home and whatnot, people began shuffling around. How many pieces of land people have purchased in the village? You know what I'm saying, guys? So you're watching, and people are as you look on and you look towards, getting up every day and doing your content and showcasing your livelihood and your village and tearing down your village. You should also be mindful that people are watching. People are willing also to help to build that little place up. So it is time. This is a lesson. I don't know how this guy got there in the first place. I don't know who and who he's affiliated with or on what grounds is he there. But it is quite evident that he's there on business. And business means employment. Employment. Don't know who brought him there. I don't know if he's renting somewhere to start his business. I don't know how he acquired what he's about to acquire. I don't know if he was sent there by somebody to keep some kind of business. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, guys, the world is looking on your village. The world is looking on you. They are watching. I think that should be a wake up call. You don't need nothing more. You don't need nothing more. You don't need nothing more. Believe me. Anyway, guys, let us move on to our final story for the day. Now, in this last story that I have here for today, and then we close off. You know, we always say here on the streets of Reaction and White Sea that money was the reason behind the breakaway in the village. Money, the love of money. So I came across a video from Gintu, and you know how he do what he does, but this one actually caught my eyes and ears based on what he was saying, and it is true. It's true what I was saying, guys, that it was money that brought the division amongst them. I want you to listen to a little bit in this little clip. So Gintu trying to explain himself to his mentee on what happened and how things started happening or still is happening. Just listening.
Passing through one person. Yeah, sure. So when much of the money started now disbursing, talking about, oh, we're going to be sending to you direct. No, I want you to make a video giving him the money. Yeah. So it started creating something like it was hurting much of the people. They could not know how to persevere safely. Think about, oh, how am I going to do this because I have some problems? Oh, why is this kind of the person given more money and I was the one who was, the money was sent to me? There's a person who can send you money. Talk about, oh, I'm sending you $100, which is around 12,000 Kenya shillings. Go get Gintu 11,000, remain with 1,000. You feel like, no, why did the money pass through me? So they think about, now we're going to be going a half. But the intention was the other person to get. Maybe this kind of the person, it's maybe deflating behind, or this kind of the person is lacking something that I could just send this money to this kind of the person. I was using you, now I'm paying you as a transfer person, and I'm just paying you as a service.
How many times we've spoken about the same thing here? Many, too numerous. So one person will get up and decide they will use a middleman. Yeah? They would use a middleman based on most likely mistrust. They would use a middleman. Now what he's saying here, when the middleman starts to see how much money, how much money, he's handling on behalf of the person who is the receiver, the middleman is now demanding half. He don't want no quarter or less than a quarter. He don't want no penny in a bucket. He wants half. And that's where the bad mindism came in.
It's like when you are sending money from your bank account from this bank to another bank. They say that, no, why are you sending a lot of this money to this account? And they will cut a half. The bank cannot do that one. So they will send whatever you want you to send, and they will remain with their transfer. That's what is always. But to the real fact in Nyahbohanse, things are abrupt. Things are different. Whenever a person is sent this, they will talk about, they start talking about, boy, I was having some things like freezer. You understand the freezer is there. Oh, when you send the money, I was having a freezer, it ate the money, so I'll send him 5,000, which is remaining. And the real fact is that this kind of the people are taking advantage, opportunists of that time. So even this kind of the G Castle to stand here, if it could be so, now the people talk about, you understand that it will come a time that much of the people talk about, I want you to be like Gintu, you understand, look at Gintu is living here and there and then this is continuing. But the real fact of the time, it will be that particular time. But when it could be the other time that they were talking bad, they were talking about, this kind of the people, they'll go nowhere, they'll just have nothing. But right now they see things are just getting straight to the point. So what I can just make sure that much of the people are getting is that never lose hope.
All right. Let me explain a little bit what I got from what he's saying there. No, I realize one thing also, guys, before I go any further. I realize that he's no longer calling names. Hey, he's under pressure. He is no longer calling names. Well, it's good that you've woken up and your senses are sensing. No. My summary here is that basically he wants to say that things that had happened in the past, like people would have pointed finger, maybe calling them useless. Now that he's building his house, they would no longer say that he's useless, but they would want to use him as an example. Why can't you be like this person? Now, we've heard this numerous times on the streets of YouTube, like, people usually turn it the other way and say, oh, the commando has done this, 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 and this. Why can't you guys be like him? So now, basically, he's working his way around also for people to know, put some trust, develop some trust in him, because look at me over here. I have now built my G Castle. You can't call me useless no more because I am now like the commando. See, I'm building a G Castle. I'm actually building a ornamental pond for my ornamental fish, just like the commando. See. I can be a middleman. I can be the collector. Hey, yeah, work with me. He actually further went on to say further down in the video where when monies are sent, people can count on him. He did not need no managers for his party, no positions for nobody. People can count on him because they sent monies for his party and he executed just as as he promised. So it's like how I see it. The real G has no, I want to find a way. He's now feasting his eyes on prime real estate. Huh? He sees it. And he's setting up himself to be the acquirer. Help. Yeah. Prime real estate. Acquirer or the treasurer? Or which one it is? Hey, help me somebody in the comment section. Guys, this is too sweet. So everything that he's doing and saying, it is to prove a point that he can do better. He's no longer useless. He's not useless. I can do better.
Because when you lose hope and you give up, that's where now the things get worse. Because the teams that were taken to be so serious and to be taking over the game into Nyahbohanse, they're no longer available. And
wait, there was a game in Nyahbohanse. Guys, see what I told you? Game, taking over the game. So it's all a game. All right.
Right now, everybody is embarrassed. Everybody's talking about why am I waiting for this kind of a person to come and reselect my channel? Why can't you do it? That every time you have to talk about, oh, this kind of the person is good to the village. What has he done? Can you count even 5 things that he has done good and talk about, okay, these are the 5 things that he has done good and talk about it? Chasing much of the workers and talking bad about people.
He will not get off that conversation. He will never get off of that conversation about chasing workers. Yeah. And like I was saying earlier in the video, the talk is, what has he who, the commando, ever done? Speaking bad about people? Chasing workers? I'm looking at it. I'm like, guys, you will never get past this. Imagine you would have never been talked about, known, let alone, if it wasn't for the work, the tireless nights on trains, buses, in places where he probably don't even know where he would have rested his head, being deported by people who don't want him in this country because maybe he doesn't look like them. If it wasn't for Marwa, excuse me for calling your name, if it wasn't for Marwa, nobody would have known you, Gintu, and your crew. So it doesn't matter what you were preaching right at this point. This is exactly a picture of a bad-minded person. What you're doing and saying here is a picture of a bad-minded person. Then there's an old saying, curse where you're going, not where you're coming from. Curse where you're going, not where you are coming from. Guys, let me just end today's podcast right here. It was really a pleasure. Hey, it was really a pleasure chatting with you guys once again. Time is on my side right now. So we have to cut it short, quick and fast. Love you guys. Please remember to give the video a like on your way out. Let us meet in the comments section. And also, for those of you who have not subscribed as yet, please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.